It was a gray, overcast afternoon. Rain streaked the windshield of Officer Daniel Miller's squad car as he patrolled the quieter edge of downtown Atlanta. A 12-year veteran of the force, Miller prided himself on intuition, that gut feeling that told him when something was off. He'd grown up in a small town in Georgia, raised on stories of law and order, of right and wrong. But the lines had blurred over the years. The city was loud, fast, complicated. Still, Miller believed in what he did. He believed he was one of the good guys. But sometimes, good can be a matter of perception. As Miller turned down Peachtree Street, he caught sight of a man exiting a corner electronics store. Tall, muscular build, black, wearing a fitted black t-shirt, jeans, and boots. His expression was unreadable calm, composed. But something about the way he walked made Miller's gut twist. It wasn't hurried or nervous. It was confident. Too confident, he thought. His radio buzzed. All units, be advised. A theft just occurred at the electronics depot on 7th and West. Suspect is described as a black male, mid-30s, black shirt and jeans. Miller's heart picked up. That was 2 blocks away. Without hesitation, he pulled his cruiser up beside the man and got out, hand instinctively hovering near his holster. "Sir, stop right there." The man turned slowly, his posture calm. "Is there a problem, officer?" Miller's eyes narrowed. "You match the description of a suspect in a robbery. I need you to put your hands where I can see them." The man raised an eyebrow. "A robbery? I've just come from the Veterans Center down the street. Hands. Now." The man raised his hands. "ID?" Miller demanded. The man slowly reached into his back pocket and pulled out a slim wallet. Miller grabbed it, opening it quickly, expecting a fake or something fishy. But instead, he froze. Name, Marcus J. Cold, U.S. Navy. Rank, Chief Petty Officer, SEAL Team 3, retired. The Navy SEAL tried and gleamed from the corner of the ID card. Miller blinked. Marcus saw it. That split-second shift in the officer's eyes. The way his mouth opened and closed. The way his authority cracked. "You didn't expect that, did you?" Marcus asked quietly. Miller stiffened. I was just doing my job." Marcus nodded slowly. "Is that what this is? A job? Or a judgment? I got a call." "No, you got a description. And you decided that I was guilty before you even spoke to me." The rain grew heavier, drumming on the asphalt around them. Passers-by began to stop, eyes wide, phones out. A black man being stopped. A white cop. Same story. Different day. Miller's cheeks burned. "I'm sorry," he said too quietly. Marcus stepped forward, calm but firm. "Do you know what it's like to fight for a country that sometimes looks at you and only sees a threat? I've worn the uniform, buried friends, saved lives. And still, when I walk down the street, someone like you sees me as a suspect." There was silence. Even the radio was quiet. Miller sat in his cruiser, parked outside the station. The rain had stopped, but his thoughts hadn't. He kept seeing Marcus's face. Not angry, just tired, like he'd seen this scene play out too many times. He looked up the name again. Marcus Cole. SEAL. Decorated. Bronze Star. 3 tours overseas. Now back home, trying to help veterans transition to civilian life. And he'd been stopped like a criminal. Miller thought back to the academy, to the lectures on procedures and probable cause. They taught you to act quickly, decisively, but they never taught you how to question your biases. They never made you sit in the shoes of the people you were stopping. For the first time in years, Miller felt something deeper than protocol shame. A week later, Miller stood outside the Veterans Center, nervous, unsure why he came. But he needed to say it not just in uniform, not just on the job, but as a man. Marcus was outside, helping an elderly vet into a wheelchair van. He spotted Miller, and his expression hardened slightly. "I'm not here on duty," Miller said quickly. I wanted to apologize. Properly." Marcus crossed his arms. "I made an assumption, a dangerous one, and I know sorry doesn't erase it, but I'm trying to do better. I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to talk to my precinct about what you've seen, about what it's like." Maybe help us see what we're not seeing. There was a long pause, and then Marcus said, "That depends. Are you willing to listen or just hear?" Miller met his eyes. "Listen." Marcus nodded. "Then maybe there's hope. In a country divided by history, pain, and perception, sometimes the greatest weapon isn't a badge or a title but humility. One man's misjudgment became another man's teaching moment. And through that moment, something rare happened: understanding. Officer Miller learned that protecting a community means seeing its people, not just their descriptions. And Marcus Cole proved that sometimes the most powerful battles aren't fought overseas, but right here at home. Don't judge a story by the first chapter. Don't judge a man by the color of his skin. Listen first. Learn second. Lead by example.